I closed my bet because the trend seems to have broken, and you can cash out. So you can kind of go, I'll bet on Clinton to win now. So that way, okay, I lose €2.30, but I get to hold on to most of my money. It's not a binary bet in that respect. So you can see, it's now down at near 15%. The trend is down. I don't know how much it's going to fall. That said, my gut feeling would be it might bottom around about here, and then because your emotional response typically leads you to make the worst trades. You kind of go, oh, it's a disaster. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to use it's a disaster there, but it's a disaster, and you sell at the really low price because all you can imagine is that it's going to be worse. And then it turns around and shoots up, and you go, oh no, I didn't mean to sell it. I always knew it was going to go up. That's the emotional response. You end up selling at low prices and you buy something when it's very high because it's been going up for years. I know the thing about this thing is it keeps going up. But what goes up must come down. So, yeah. I basically sold anyway. Why? Well, because this trade wasn't going according to plan. There was a strategy, there was a plan when I made the bet. The idea was that if the two candidates got closer, because a couple of times what happens is in the run-in in the last month, the polls become closer and closer, and then when the actual election occurs, they are within statistical error or within error. So you don't know who's going to win. This, by breaking down and the uptrend ending for Trump, didn't seem to be going that way. So, both the polls and the betting markets, as I was talking about yesterday, were going the way of Clinton. Now, again, we don't know what's going to happen. So, largely it seems to be a result of that video. Did that say anything really that was surprising? I would have thought that is normal behavior for what I thought of Trump. So, but again, I'm abroad, I'm not voting, so what do I know? So firstly, I wanted to mention, if you can check on the betting markets, has been falling, and also disclosure, that I closed my bet. So, and we can see Hillary Clinton that's a new high. Now, one thing I just wanted to talk about in this video quickly, it'll just be a couple of minutes. Well, firstly, the betting markets are saying, this is saying popular vote for winner. Will next president lose popular vote? No. Okay. So that's good. Because basically the popular vote, I mean, will more people have voted for the winner? I would have liked to if it just said, will the next president win the popular vote? But I suppose just different ways of phrasing it. So basically it's saying, the betting market is saying the next president is not going to lose the popular vote. So that's a good thing. Then, everyone can feel the person who is the president should be the president. I mean, by what everyone feels the rules of the game are. So maybe the candidate isn't the one I wanted, but it's the candidate that most people voted for. That's fair. So that's just important to know, that you can kind of get caught up in the, shouting and blah, 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 that person's mad, are you crazy? Most people backed that person. Another thing I just wanted to mention was just having context. I was surprised to see. So, again, Real Clear Politics, the link is in the description below the video. You can see what the results were in previous elections. And 1972, Nixon won 520 electoral votes against only 17. So that's a stunning victory. And if we go through other ones, so Reagan 525 against 13. I was clicking randomly because, so it's not as if when people are saying, this is shocking. I was going to say it's a disaster again. Once it gets into your head, but this could be totally one-sided. The race is over. But we just saw 1972, 1984. I mean, they were one-sided. I mean, over 500 against around about 10 or 20. I mean, so like basically one candidate got nothing. So recent ones have been very close in comparison, obviously. But, 250 against 280. Obama-McCain was pretty clear cut. But that's what I thought. In comparison to Reagan and Nixon, this was very close. And the last one, why does it have the different format? Because we know what the results were in 2012, so how can you have a toss-up? But anyway, so that's just to put things in context. We can look at history and see what has happened before, and so on. So it looks like a clear win for Clinton at the moment. I will consider entering the betting again once it's the end of October and that kind of time, because then the stock market signal, the methods of if the stock market has fallen in the 3 months before, or from July 31st to October, something like that, those methods have been correct more than 80% of the time, so I can just mechanically follow that. And for those, I have to wait.